11,000 feet high, but the city itself is only 1,000 feet high. So it's very dramatic, and it has its own microclimate, which makes it very good for growing wine. So even though only about 7% of the wines in Italy come from this region, they win many awards. This is Bolzano. So because of this big difference between the mountains and the city in elevation, one person at least has called this the Italian Shangri-la. In the 1930s, they discovered that the waters there had special healing properties, and so it became a very famous vacation place. And it's still used today as a spa location. And as a matter of fact, one of the spas there has one of the best concert halls in South Tyrol, which is where we're going to be. And there are a lot of musical events in that location. This was a place that was very popular with scientists and writers and artists throughout history. Before the First World War, it belonged, well, let's start all the way back. This area has been inhabited since 3,000 years BC. The first beginning of this town was about 15 BC when it became a Roman road station. And before the First World War, it belonged to the Austro-Hungarian Empire. What?
Since Merano is on a train line, it is an easy stop only an hour from Bolzano.
Sort of frescoes on the walls, and also the most important piece of art is the altar, and it's very elaborately carved and painted. Okay. How much is it?
Built as early as year 1322, this historic shopping street is flanked by covered sidewalks. Today the boutiques, shops, cafes and restaurants makes this street the most important street in town. This promenade honors Empress Elizabeth, who considered walking among her favorite things to do in Merano. Both Tyrol Castle and Brunenburg Castle can be reached by walking the Tappelner Promenade. The Empress of Austria Elizabeth of Bavaria, Sisi, arrived for the first time in Merano in 1870, together with her two daughters, to benefit from the thermal treatments that the city offered. For her stay she chose Trotmansdorf Castle, specially refurbished in its furnishings, where she stayed for several months. During her stay she loved to take walks in the city and in the mountains.
Doing the singing hole. You feel it? There's one over here too to try.
You feel
stick
it?
your head in and you hum the lower sound. It makes your whole like head vibrate. I could feel it vibrate all the way to my chest. Probably looks like you're sitting with nothing if I kept going up.
You're speaking in Chinese.
Where did they go? Here.
The Kurhaus of Meran, South Tyrol is a famous building in the town and a symbol of it. The ornate structure was constructed at a time when Meran became a popular spa resort due to the frequent visits of Empress Elizabeth of Austria and the aristocracy.